was a normal Wednesday night until around midnight, I was awoken by an eerie cracking sound. Now, still confused and groggy, I did the best that I could and instinctively covered my head as my ceiling quite literally fell on me. Yes, fiberglass rained from the sky like confetti, and all that I could think of was a saying that I have, and that saying is, I feel like I'm building a nest in a dying tree. Now, this catchy saying is more than the name of my next album. After all, I am a musician. It's how I felt for some time now. You see, I graduated from the University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music in spring 2020, right when the pandemic broke. And as you can imagine, it seemed like every opportunity dried up just as fast as it showed itself. I mean, think about it. Imagine trying to find a job at the same time where everybody else had just lost their job. Seemed like every plan that I came up with was either fragile or temporary. And once again, I found myself feeling like I was building a nest in a dying tree. Or take, for example, the experience of being an independent musician. Yes, with platforms like Spotify, it's easier than ever for musicians like me to get my music out there, but the economics are brutal. I mean, roughly 10,000 streams on Spotify equates to $40. That's not enough to sustain a career. So once again, felt myself feeling like I was building a nest in a dying tree. Now, I know the saying might seem discouraging at first, but I promise it has a very hopeful perspective. You see, in nature, birds typically don't just build one nest a year or season. And even then, on top of that, majority of new seasons, birds build new nests. They go on to make their new homes and new environments and adapt to the world around them. To be honest with you, the bird probably doesn't really even care that the tree is dying because it's just a part of its journey. It might not even realize it because the dying tree does not affect the bird's end goal. And I truly believe that's a perspective that all of us could take with us in our day-to-day as workers, as creators, and as dreamers. You see, I believe that when you create without worrying about the end goal, that something magic happens. When you're able to build without worrying about how long the process will last, you're really able to enjoy the experience and the value of just doing it. In other words, sometimes the what really is more important than the why. So yes, my ceiling may have fell on me, but I moved on and I found a better place to live. Yes, I graduated into a very rough job market, but I was able, through being persistent, to find a job and land jobs at Apple, NPR, and at PBS. And while Spotify might pay peanuts, that has not stopped me from selling enough CDs in the past month to equate to well over the value of 50,000 streams on Spotify. You see, because music is a lot like building a nest. My song might not stay on your playlist forever, just like that nest might not stay in that tree forever. But what really matters is the act of creating it, the fun and the joy of sharing it, and the connections that it sparks on the way. You see, whether my song gets 50,000 streams or 5 streams, I've been told time and time again that nonetheless, it's still very inspiring because people recognize it's what I do. And just in that same vein, when I see birds build their nests, no matter what, it inspires me. Because as creators, building isn't something that we just do, it's what we are. Thank you.